Welcome to Sully's Pub, great to have you. You know, funny thing is, this was about 10 o'clock last night, pretty late. This kid comes in, I don't know, maybe 21, khakis. You can tell he's sort of new to the sales game. Orders a Diet Coke, which tells me one of two things. The guy's grinding late, or number two, he probably got his teeth kicked in that day. And he looks up and I said, "What's up?" And he sighed and he said, "Sully, you know I'm a good sales guy, but I'm only good when I get to the decision makers. Man, I am getting my teeth kicked in by these gatekeepers. They are killing me." And I laughed and I said, "Man, we have all been there. You finally work up the nerve to make that call and then boom, Linda from the front office sniffs you out like a dog." And then I asked him, I said, "Hey, you ever run your opener through ChatGPT or AI?" And he said, "Wait, you mean like write my opener? So when I'm talking to her," I'm like, "Actually more than that." I said, and I pressed the button, right? I said, "I want you to have ChatGPT pretend to be the gatekeeper, Linda." And he perked up. So I pulled that phone out and I pressed the button on the ChatGPT app and I said, "Hey, ChatGPT, pretend you're the gatekeeper for a busy executive. I'm a salesperson trying to get through. Ask me the same questions a real gatekeeper would. Then critique my answer and help me improve it." And we did it, and I showed it to him, and his jaw dropped. He said, "You can train for that?" I said, "Yeah. And here's the kicker. You can tell it to be a skeptical gatekeeper who's been burned by pushy salespeople. You can make her tough." Of course, we played a few rounds together, right? Of course, he answers. I show him how to prompt it again. And then we did this, press the button. What's a warmer, disarming version of that response that still gets me through? And he laughed and it had a great answer, right? And he said, "So it's like the world's most honest receptionist with zero HR filter. I like that." I said, "Exactly." Listen, if you train on the worst case scenario, I tell you, the real thing feels easy. And then I tell him, I want you to take it one step further, as long as we're having fun here. All right? Hit the button. Rewrite my opener using language that sounds like a helpful consultant, not a pushy salesperson. Keep it under 20 seconds. Boop. Boom. He's got 5 options in under a minute. I looked him in the eye and said, "Hey, kid, if Linda shuts you down after that, she's not a gatekeeper. She's a prison guard." And of course, he laughed. He stood up and said, "Hey, I'm calling Linda tomorrow." I said, "Hey, you, go ahead and finish that Diet Coke. Tomorrow, I'll charm the gate."